King. Along with Speedway historian Donald Davidson, we welcome you to another edition of Indy 500, The Classics. But Donald, 1981 was certainly an interesting year. Johnny Rutherford returns after winning his third race in 1980. He has an opportunity to join A.J. Foyt as a four-time winner.
A very real possibility, driving for Jim Hall, the same owner for whom he had won in 1980. But Bobby Unser was strong, and so was A.J. Foyt. And Mike Mosley was driving a normally aspirated Chevy, stock lot Chevy, for Dan Gurney. There was some hot rookies in the field. Kevin Colgan was making his debut this year. Jeff Brabham, Tony Bettenhausen, and Jose Lee Garza from Mexico. There'd never been a Mexican driver in the race. He was very young. We thought he was 22. Turns out he was only 19. Let's see how everybody qualifies.
The sounds of the powerful engine signal the approach of springtime and the 500. The charge to the first turn begins on May the 3rd. It or break it, then qualifying, as usual, with rain. John Mailer slid 240 feet in turn one. Jim Buick spun wildly around him to avert a collision. A.J. Foyt, the first qualifier, 196.078 average for the 10-mile run. Johnny Rutherford, almost as fast, 195.386. Al Unser, 192.719. Mario is due in Belgium for the Grand Prix, and rain has brought qualifying to a halt. Someone must qualify for him. In midweek, there are 5 days for sorting out the cars. Tim Richmond, safe and wiser. Steve Kinser's car had moderate damage. That was not necessarily his description. Phil Kaliva had to be pried out of his car. The second weekend of qualifying. Rookie Jose Lee Garza of Mexico City leads the parade at 195.101. That lovely lady is not his girlfriend, that's his mother. Teammate Jeff Brabham, 187.990. Over the 200-mile-an-hour mark, Bobby Unser has captured the pole position with an average of 200.546. No matter how fast retired driver Wally Dallenbach goes, Mario Andretti will still have to start the race in the last row. That's the rule. Australian Vern Schupan makes the field at 186.548. Then Gordon Johncock at 195.429. Over the 200-mile-an-hour mark again, but Tom Sneva is not eligible for the pole. Rick Mears, after blowing an engine earlier, makes the field with 194.018. Bill Kruger, fractured shoulder and ribs. Perhaps he'll make the 500 next year. Spike Gelhausen, just bruises, but he must also wait a year. The field is full. 20 years ago, Australian Jack Brabham came to the Speedway with a new rear-engine car. It was underpowered, but still within 5 years, the Indianapolis front-engine roadster went the way of the Dodo Bird as the new concept took over. In the week between second qualifying and the race, Jeff Brabham and his friend Vern Schupan visit the garage on the Speedway grounds where veteran mechanics Bill Sporley and Barney Wimmer restore yesterday's speed dreams. Jeff heard that his dad's old car was here for some minor work.
Well, here it is, Vern. This is the actual car my dad drove here.
Oh, what year was that?
I think it was 1961. I think we must have been about 8 years old then.
Gee, they've changed a bit since then, haven't they?
Sure. And this is a Coventry Climax engine. They used to use those in the Formula One cars. And I think the engine's a lot smaller than what he was racing against. He used to pass them around the corners, but the big Offenhauses used to just blow past him down the straight. So I think he had a lot of fun.
I can probably remember more about this than you.
Probably. What are you doing?
Well, we're trying to set the carburation a little bit. It's a little bit too rich.
Well, it still runs, does it?
It runs great. Would you like to drive it?
Are you kidding? I'd love to.
Bobby Unser on the pole for the 1981 Indianapolis 500. Next to him, Mike Mosley with a normally aspirated stock block Chevy, no turbocharger. And during this race, watch at about the halfway mark. There's a horrendous accident with Danny on Gaius, and it's a tribute to the construction of the cars that he is able to escape without any more serious injury than he gets.
Also on the outside of that front row, A.J. Foyt looking to become a 5-time winner here at the Speedway. Let's take a look as the field comes down to the green flag.
The early morning belongs to the unsung heroes who rush back and forth, taking care of a million small details. A.J. Watson drives a 1908 Buick, originally driven by Louis Chevrolet. Now the drivers arrive. Vern Chupin and his wife, Jenny. A.J. Foyt is ready, his 24th time. Johnny Rutherford, Rick Mears. Mario back from Belgium. Lindsey Hopkins and Gary Bettenhausen. Buena suerte, Jose Lee. Time steps up. The minutes fly away, and soon the magic moment arrives. Johnny Rutherford, A.J. Foyt, and Mike Mosley. It's still Bobby Unser, Rutherford, and A.J. Mario Andretti, after starting in the last row, is moving up to the front runners. The first man out, Mike Mosley, parks in turn 1. John Rutherford, a sheared fuel pump drive. Rick Mears is in for 18 seconds in the 27th lap. Al Unser, the first in a series of frustrating pit stops. Gary Bentonhausen keeps company with Al Unser. Sixth lap, Tom Sneva leads. Gordon Smiley is second. Rick Mears third. Bobby Unser fourth. Jeff Brabham fifth. And Vern Chupin is sixth. After leading on the 57th lap, Rick Mears comes in for a routine service stop. Suddenly, there's a bad fuel spill. Then there's fire. It's hard to see because the fuel is alcohol, but it's burning just the same. Mears evacuates the car. He's got burns on his nose under the helmet. Several crewmen require emergency care, and a year's work and planning are nullified. Danny Ongaius works his way through traffic to capture the lead on lap 61. Gordon Smiley wants service right now. Pancho Carter lost compression, lost boost, lost the race. John Cock leads Andretti in the 64th lap. It is incredible that anyone could survive a flaming crash like this one. Danny Ongaius came out of the car with scubs, burns, and some broken bones. But fast action by emergency crews probably saved his life. A beautiful speed creation is now just a piece of junk. Green again. John Cock leads. Tom Sneva parks in turn 1, and Bobby Unser sails by John Cock in the 92nd lap. Now, that rookie from Mexico City moves to the front. Jose Legarza leads for a total of 13 laps. In the 132nd lap, Garza comes in. Here is a complete pit stop, fuel, and 2 tires in 26 seconds. Another rookie into the wall in turn 3. He's fine, but that's all for this year. Gordon Johncock distinguishes himself by passing everyone in sight to take the lead on the 133rd lap. Then it's Jose Legarza. He rides it out, keeping his car against the wall until he can get it stopped without endangering other competitors. He's shaken, but he's okay. Almost on top of Garza's accident, Gordon Smiley ends the race in turn 4. Now it's the 150th lap for Bobby Unser. He must make one other pit stop between now and the end of the race. So must Andretti. The race is under the caution light. Unser passes other cars while falling back into line. But so does Andretti. This was the start of the controversy that cost Unser the race. In the 152nd lap, Vern Chupin takes 10 seconds of timeout for fuel. He's running fourth. There's a wheel loose on the track. Kevin Kogan, his car running on 3, comes in to see if someone in his pit has a spare so that he can finish the race. The seconds tick away as the crew inspects the right front hub for damage. Gordon Johncock makes his last stop in the 162nd lap as Bobby Unser passes Mario Andretti in one of the many lead changes in the race. Tom Bigelow steps out of his car in turn 1. Johncock passes Andretti for second. Andretti seems to be slowing down. In the 177th lap, Unser and Andretti both make their final pit stops. Johncock is out in front. Scott Brayton coasts to a stop in that very exclusive and expensive turn 1 parking lot. Unser leads Johncock, Mario third, Chupin fourth, and Foyt calls it quits on the 180th lap. Suddenly, Johncock is coasting. He's out of fuel, and Mario moves up into second spot. Well, that's the way it finished. Bobby Unser got his third Indianapolis checkered flag. Mario, close behind, was scarcely noticed, and Vern Chupin drove such a quiet, smooth race, hardly anyone knew he was there. Well, Bobby went to winner's circle. And Mario, in second, had accomplished the almost impossible, driving from last row to second. Vern Chupin came in for a private celebration with his crew and friends. This is his biggest racing moment since being named Rookie of the Year in 1976. Kevin Kogan is fourth, in spite of losing that wheel. Jeff Brabham took fifth, and Jose Legarza was named Rookie of the Year. But even while Bobby Unser savored his third Indianapolis victory, rumors of a pending protest were heard. The official standings are not posted until 8 a.m. the morning after the race. When that time came, Bobby Unser had been penalized 1 lap by officials for passing other cars under the yellow flag. An agonized Mario Andretti was declared the winner. Unser was dropped to second.
When I got the news this morning, just right after 8 o'clock from Jim McGee, I just didn't know what to say, and it's going to take a while for me to get all my thoughts together correctly. It's supposed to be a delightful experience, and I'm sure in due time it will be. On the other hand, there's a plus and minus here. It's a very unusual way to win an event. All I can say is that I've also had it taken away from me. Precisely the Italian Grand Prix in 1978 was taken away from me because allegedly I jumped the line at the start. In my own mind, all I can say to feel better that it evens their score, but certainly doesn't make Bobby feel any better. The unfortunate thing about that is that he went through all the hoopla, all the beautiful things that a winner experiences in victory lane, and then it was taken away, and then the victory is given to me, and I will never get to experience that myself.
The winner of this race will never be established to everyone's satisfaction. But all agree that the 65th Indianapolis 500 was a race to remember. A bittersweet victory shared by 2 men and composed of equal parts of glory and agony.
utter controversy. We got Bobby Unser in victory lane. The following day, having his photograph taken and being interviewed as the winner, it's Mario Andretti. So what happens? Well, Bobby Unser and the Penske team protest the outcome, and it drags on for months. It goes to an arbitration committee, and it's not until October that the results come down. It's given back to Bobby Unser.
And, of course, that's the reason why you never see in the film Bobby Unser declared the official champion, because it was until October before they finally decided that it would be Bobby Unser's face that would wind up on the Borg-Warner Trophy. We hope you've enjoyed this look back at the 1981 running of the Indianapolis 500. For Donald Davidson, I'm Mike King. We'll see you again next time on another edition of Indy 500, The Classic.